geometry right, where are you making your mistake? In the algebra, okay? Justin, you said you wanted to see what number? 14? All right, so I got to draw that picture. Y'all going to make me draw that picture or bust, aren't you? All right, let's check this out here. So I got P, H, is that a Q or an O? Q, J, R, G. We got 27 here. We got 19 here. We got 55 degrees, right, Chanda? And we got to find 14. We got to find the measure of angle PQR. All right, first of all, we got to find the angle. Where is angle PQR? PQR is right here, PQR, okay? Hey, if you're looking at these lines right here, I sure wish I could use that highlighter tool. And I extended that, then folks, what kind of angle is this right here going to be? If that's 55, then what's that one? 55. Cover that piece up there. I don't have any way to cover it up using the smartboard. But I know that it's 55 degrees because it's what kind of an angle? They're alternate interior angles when I'm looking at these as parallel lines, okay? I know that they're alternate interior. Again, we keep going back to what we already know. Now, is that the angle that I was solving for? PQR? Sure was. 55 degrees. It's an alternate interior angle. And alternate interior angles are congruent. Okay? That help? Any others that you need to see real quickly? No? If you weren't here yesterday, then I checked your homework, so you have to make that up. You have to do it, and I need to have it tomorrow if possible. That's the best scenario, okay? All right, so what's up for today? You guys, how did you do 21 through 26? Did you ladies get them squared away on those problems? Yeah? Okay, so if I were to give you a problem like this right here, and I said 10, and you have to find x, what's x?
20.
How do you know it's 20?
It's
Double the mid segment. Very nice terminology there, Cody. Good job. There, the boy. This is the mid segment. Now, for me personally, what's wrong with that picture? It's not turned the right way. It makes me insane. I'd have to turn my paper, right? Do what you have to do. You guys have the luxury of being able to turn your paper, turn your book. I can't do that to the smartboard. Can't do it. Okay? Do you have any questions anything else you need questions on? Answered.
I like those better.
You like those than the that? You don't like those problems? Yeah. I don't either. I have a hard time. I really do. But you know what I would do? That's when I would blow those highlighters and those markers up and color that stuff in. That's why it's there. That's why it's there. Any other questions?
Oh, okay.
You better hope you won't. Here we go. Folks, the pages are numbered, so you don't need to staple them yet. They're numbered. You shouldn't have any problem. This... They do in the bottom corner. Today's the 16th. You better keep this notebook because at any time I'm liable to just say, whoo, I'm checking notebooks. You better, you better get it all in order and you better keep it in order. Maybe. Yes, just this semester. Just this semester. No. Just this semester. No, he didn't. It did not scare the crap out of him. Because you're still sitting down. Here we go. Summer would be able to tell if it did. So would Zoe and Christy and Cody and Lauren and probably me too. Because, yuck. Don't do that. All right, here we go. Triangle inequality theorem, folks. All right, I'm going to go fast. You better hang on. If you miss something, it's your job to go and watch the recording later. We've talked about this before. Angle A. Angle A is opposite which side? BC. Name it correctly. Side BC. Segment BC. Angle B, write this down, is opposite which side? AC. Very good. Angle C is opposite? AB. Very good. Everybody cool with that? All right. Rolling on. Go the other way. Side KL is opposite which angle? Angle J. Side JK is opposite angle. And then segment JL is opposite angle K. And in this particular problem, it happens to be a right angle. Okay? Now, whether that's significant to us or not. But you got two theorems, and we'll kind of smash them together here. Theorem 551 and 552 say, basically, the largest side is across from the largest angle. The smallest side's across from the smallest angle. Okay? It's pretty simple. Now, the largest side of the triangle is opposite, good word, opposite the largest angle, biggest angle of the triangle. Likewise, the smallest side of the triangle would be opposite the smallest angle. Now, doesn't that just make sense? That just makes sense. That's common sense, okay? Now, keep on rolling. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Look at here. We're going to write the angles in order from smallest to largest. Now, the angles. We're going to write the angles in order. Do I have angle information there on my paper? Do I have angle information? No, I got segment information. What in the world? Here's what you're going to do. 19.6 is across from which angle? H. You're going to take 19.6 and you're going to put it in angle H and you're going to circle it. Nope. Where am I going to put 20.4? I'm going to put it up there with angle G and I'm going to circle it. There's a reason I'm circling. I'm going to tell you in just a second. 17.2 goes in with F. Now, this is a common mistake. Notice that the instructions say smallest to largest. What's a common mistake, folks? People put it in the wrong order. And look what I did. I wrote smallest to largest down. Now, why did I do that? So I'm going to remind myself to put it in order from smallest to largest. What's the smallest number up there? 17.2. What's the next number? 19.6, and then 20.4. Write this down. The reason I make y'all put circles around those angle measures, because these numbers, folks, are not angle measures. They're just they are numbers that I associate with those particular angles. It does not mean in any way that angle G is 20.4 degrees. It does not mean that angle H is 19.6 degrees, because look at that. Could those numbers even be the measures of the angles in that triangle? Why not? Because it has to equal 180. Do they equal 180 degrees? No. So if you just throw them in the opposite corner, if you will, circle them, then we're going to remember that I'm listing my angles. Which angle did I associate with 17.2? I want you to write angle F. What angle did we associate with 19.6? Angle H. And then angle G, right? All right, and I'm going to show you how to write this fancy, and we might see it on the SOL. Which is the smallest angle? F is. I can write angle F is less than angle H, which is also less than angle G. You might see, and I tell you, I would prefer if you wrote it this way. If you're putting it in order from smallest to largest, then you need to write those symbols as less than symbols. Okay? Does that make sense? Yeah, everybody cool? Yeah? Let's roll on. Name the angles from largest to smallest. Hey, you guys do number 4 yourself. Do that one. Do the same thing we just did. Throw those numbers in the opposite corners, circle them, and then list them in the appropriate order. All right, so did you put your numbers in the corners? Did you have the 4 in with the V? 10 with T, 9 with U? Okay. Largest to smallest. Large to small. Yep. Uh-huh. Okay. What's the largest angle? 10. So which angle do we associate with 10? Angle T. Is it greater than? Why am I going to use greater than, Carson? Because it's largest to smallest. So what's the next angle down? U. So angle U, which is greater than, what's left? Angle V. How many of you had TUV? Did you have your symbols correct? Did you put them in the wrong order?
No, I had less than.
Did you have T is less than U is less than V? Yes? Okay. Yeah, then it would have been wrong. If you had it flipped around and you'd have had V is less than U is less than T. Okay. All right. But you know what you need to have, right? And you understand why you need to have it. Other questions? Let's look at this next one. It says write the sides. Is anything going to change here, y'all?
Yes.
This is just dealing with sides. So, ooh, what am I missing? The angle. How am I going to find that angle right there? All right, so 60 plus 72 is 132. You got to write all this down. Take 132 away from 180. Yeah, that's right. 48 degrees. Thank you. Y'all with me? That's just finding an angle and triangle. What side am I going to associate 48 with?
48.
PQ. Right, I'm going to go across. Does that mean that PQ is 48 yards long? No, it's just a number that I associate. Hey, is 72 PR? And 60 has to go with QR, right? All right. What order? Short, long. All right. Shortest side is what? PQ. What kind of symbol? Which one is it? Why is it less than? Shortest, the little. Okay. PQ, what's your next one? That's 48. What goes with 60? QR, and then PQ. Yeah, that's right. You guys agree with that? How many of you get it? Got it. This is easy. Give me a quiz of this. Okay. This isn't really going to get more difficult. Hey, I only want you to do triangle ABC. Do that one. And then do triangle STU down at the bottom. Do those real quickly, and you better read those directions carefully. Get into a good habit of using those inequality symbols, okay? What is your largest angle? Okay, let's go. 17, 14, 12, right? Did you do that? Okay. So you said angle C is what? Greater than. Very good. What's it greater than? Angle B, which is greater than angle A. How many of you had that right there? Hands up. And you had the right inequality symbol. Very good. Very good. All right, look at the next one. Largest. Ooh, I got to draw those numbers. 54 is over here. 48 down here. 78 across here. Do you guys agree with that? Does that mean that the perimeter of my triangle is 78 plus 54 plus 48 inches long? Nope. It's just, there's just numbers that I use. Use and abuse and kick them to the curb, right? So what's the largest side? TS is greater than. Perfect. Greater than what? SU. How many of you had that right there? Rock on. Hey, is it okay for me to have US rather than SU?
Yeah.
Of course, it's fine. Totally fine as long as you got the right signs and you got them in the right order. Okay, questions? You good? Here we go. Yes, you do. Look at it. What's different about this one? Well, it's got one angle given and in a box. That's 90 degrees. How are we going to find that other one? All right, so 90 plus 30 is 120. 180 minus 120 is 60. And are we listing the sides or the angles? Sides. So what side am I going to associate 60 with? YZ. What side am I going to associate 30 with? And then 90 is the hypotenuse, right? And we're going in what order? Large to small, right? Greatest to least. What's your largest side? What kind of symbol? It's greater than. Alligator mouth is opening up to the XY, right? What's next? YZ. What's next? The only one left over, right? It is easy, isn't it? Questions? You want a whole quiz of this?
Yeah, I'll take it now.
You'll take it right now. Bring it, Miss Perry, bring it. Hey, ooh, what's going on? I got to draw it. Don't you dare not do this problem without drawing. Do I care what the triangle looks like? No, I'm going by the numbers. So just throw an RGY up there and then mark. RG is 14, GY is 12, RY is 20. And now let me see what you come up with on this one. You do this one. All right, Kevin, what are we going to do with this?
The 12 goes inside the R and you get a circle. 14 goes by the Y, you got a circle. And 20 goes by the Q. Wait, why you put 20 up there?
Because that's what he said. Go ahead.
Alright, and then it would be angle G is greater than equal Y, which is greater than equal Y.
Is he right?
Yeah.
How many of you had that? High five. What?
To be honest, that's the first one I got right.
Good. High five. There we go. That was perfect timing. Boom. Okay, here we go. Questions? Here we go. Woo! Looky, looky, looky. Segments with lengths of 7, 4, and 4 can form a triangle. Segments with lengths 7, 3, and 3 cannot. Why do you think that is? It is an inch shorter on both sides, isn't it? Anybody see anything else maybe? Make any speculations? Huh? Part of it, but if it's a triangle, it can only be 3 sides, can't it? What did you say, Carson? Maybe 7 is a little too long. Huh. They still wouldn't touch. Yeah, because, look, if the base is 7, now see, Kale is very, very warm. He is dancing on them hot coals right now. He is so hot. Think about it. Mr. Lazy, not your turn. If I were to fold those 2 sides all the way flat, then 3 would be about right here, wouldn't it? And then this 3 would fold down to about right there. What would be left right here? 1 inch right there. That gap would be there. So they won't form a triangle. Now, Kel, you said, I think the 7's maybe too long. It does have to do with that, okay? It also wow.
It's so good.
Here we go.
Because if you get 3, if you add 3 and 4, you get 7.
Nope. No. But what if I added these two numbers together? Which is 8, which is, oh, it's more than 7. So if I add, hold that thought, if I add 3, I get 6, and 6 is not greater than 7, is it? Dr. Obvious, that's why. The triangle inequality theorem says that the sum, what do we do when we take the sum of two numbers? We add. When we add the lengths of any two sides of a triangle, the sum of the lengths of any two sides of a triangle is greater than the length of the shortest or third side. Does it say? Yep, it says third side. Here's the way I remember it, okay? Because y'all know I always have a twist on these. My twist is this. You want to take short side number 1 plus short side number 2. Their sum better be greater than the longest side. That's right. That's right. It's got to be longer than the third side. Short side 1 plus short side 2 is greater than the long side. Meaning, when you add the two shortest sides up, their sum has to be greater than the third side. Okay? Which is basically what that says. But when I read these, I'm telling you, when I came back to teaching and I read these theorems for the first time, I went, say, what? What in the world are they saying? Say it in plain English, okay? So how are we going to make this work? This is what you're going to do. Folks, I'm telling you right now, if you follow this process, you'll get these right every time. Yeah? Okay? Always put your numbers in order. Your side lengths need to be in order, okay? Now, luckily, for example, 10, they are in order, 4, 5, 6. You guys agree? Check this out. 4 plus 5 is what? 9. Is 9 greater than 6? Then, yes, we have a triangle. We just answered that question. We're showing our work in a format that gives us the answer. It wasn't that easy? Now, here's the little thing. Look at what you're doing. You're adding the two shortest sides. 4 plus 5. What's 4 plus 5? 9. Is 9 greater than 6? Yes, it forms a triangle. Yes, it makes a triangle. Okay? Uh-huh. You need to put it in order. Now, that's the thing. Put a star by it. That's the catch. If you don't put it in order, it may not work. So we're going to take 3 plus who? 6 is 9. Is 9 greater than 10? No. Oh, what's that mean? No, not a triangle. Oh, looky, looky, looky there. Isn't that easy? No. Thanks, Joseph. Well, that's okay. Hey, what are you going to add together for 12? 3 plus 5 is what? 8. Is 8 greater? Now, I want you to think about this before you speak. Is 8 greater than 8? No. They are equal to each other. So no means what? No means no. No, not a triangle. No. Not necessarily. No, this won't even form a triangle. This won't even, because remember, if those two sides fold down, see, those two sides are going to touch when it's folded down to form a line. When you bring them up, what's going to happen? All right, look at it like this. If I can keep my hands still. All right, so here it is, right? So when I fold my arm, look right there. I can't even make them touch if I angle my hands up that way. Definitely not going to touch. They're only going to touch when I go flat on that base of that triangle, okay? Hey, do 13 yourself. Do that one. Don't get bit in hind end. Who's got this? Go, Lauren. What do I add together? 5 plus 7 is what? Lauren, you're throwing your voice again. Is 12 greater than 13? No, what? No, not a triangle. Rock on. How many of you had that right hands up? High five. There we go. There we go. You are good. Let's keep going. Oh. Joseph, this is for you. This is the book comes alive into our notes. Tell whether a triangle can have sides with given lengths. Yes! This is exciting right here. N plus 6, n squared minus 1, 3n, those are the three sides. When n is 4, tell me what you're going to do. Put what? Put them in order? Oh, substitute the 4 in. Zoe is going, put the 4 in with her sign language. All right, so here we go. 4 plus 6 is 10. 4 squared minus 1, that's 16 minus 1, which is what? 15. 3 times 4 is 12. Now what? Put them in order. So I'm going to rewrite 10, 12, 15. And now what? Rewrite to that. You said 10, 12, add them. I get 22. Is 22 greater than 15? Yes, what? Yes, a triangle. Yes, it forms a triangle. Yes, this is the bomb. It works. I dare you to write that on your paper. No, I don't put bomb. Not like a bomb, but the bomb. That's why you put this, what are these? Quotation marks. I just do this because I can't do it any other way. I could copyright it, couldn't I? Dang it. And then be a millionaire, and then I wouldn't be here. That's your plot all along. Do this problem. No. What are we going to do? Right. Uh-huh. Okay. They're already in order, thank goodness. All right. Ask yourself, is 18 greater than 17? Justin says, yes, it is. Yes, what? We got. Don't put we got. That's not proper grammar. Ms. Turner and Ms. Dellenbach and all of the English teachers, Ms. Largent would kill me. Yes, we have a... Who, Ms. Largent? Yeah. Uh-huh. Yes, we have a triangle. Question at all? Finding possible side lengths. Oh. Okay. Nope. You're warm. Yep. All right. Look what it says. Describe the length. You better be paying attention. Describe the length of the third side of a triangle when it has side lengths of 8 and 10.
Take 8, 10, add together. Once you get to that, subtract from 180. 60?
No, because we're talking about sides, and angles only have to do with 180. No, we're not going to guess, Carson. Would we just guess random things and check? No. No. Check this out. It's easy. Watch. Well, nope, you're wrong. Way to have his back. All right, here's all you do. Take the two sides you're given. Y'all are so hateful to each other. 8 plus 10 is what? 18. Then look what we're going to do. We're going to take 10 and 8. We're going to turn it around, and then we're going to subtract. What's that give us? 2. That means that this third side, and we're going to call that side X, is going to be between 2 and 18. That third side is going to be between 2 and 18. X represents that third side. Now, that's how we are going to see it. That's how we want to write our answer. Now, that's our answer. That means that represents the third side is greater than 2 and less than 18. Now, check it. Give me a number between 2 and 18. 6. I heard 6 first. All right, so that's 6, 8, and 10. I got to put numbers in order, right? All right, here we go. 6 plus 8 is what? I hope you're writing this down, because if you're not writing this down, that would make me very upset. Is 14 greater than 10? Does it form a triangle? Very calming. Yes. Yes. Very calming. Thank you, Cody. You helped me not lose my temper. Yes. Very calm. Very calm. Hey, is that difficult? So tell me what I did. You were given two sides, 8 and 10. You add them, then you subtract them, and then you throw them in that inequality statement, don't you? So do 16. No, you don't. Say it again, Justin. I'm sorry. You could now. Why did I do that? Let me show you why I did this. I did this stuff down here, this stuff right here, to prove to you that any number between 2 and 18 will work. Okay? You don't have to do this right here. This is a proof. In essence, it's a proof. So what I want you to do, though, is I do want you to do example 16 yourselves. I want you to do that. 3 plus 12, and you got, okay? And then, I'm sorry. One more time. 12 subtract 3. Now, Carson asked me a good question. He said, should I go 3 minus 12? Why can we not go 3 minus 12? I'm sorry, I'm distracted. I just almost bit my teeth where they almost just burst out of my face because I was gritting my teeth so much. Please don't talk while I'm talking or when anybody else is talking, because that's just rude. That's just rude. What you got, Patrick? You know the answer. How am I going to write that? I might get a negative number, and I cannot have a negative length. Have you ever measured anything that was negative 14 meters? There's not there. You cannot drive your car backwards 14 miles. It's not. No, you can, but it's not negative 14 miles. It's just 14 miles, right? So what's my best answer? What is it? 9 less than X, which is less than 15. How many of you have that right there? There we go. Good, 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 good. That's the answer. That's it. Okay? What else? I'll do the next two. Hold on. No, we've already done this. Omit happiness. Go to 19. Guarantee this has been on an SOL test. Okay? The figure shows the approximate distances between cities in California. What's the range of distances from San Francisco to Oakland? Say what? You do the same thing. You do the same thing. What are the two numbers? So 51 plus 46 is 97. And then what? 51 minus 46, which is 5. Thank you. So what? Right on. Very good, Maddie. 5 is less than x is less than 97, right? Got it? Promise? Yeah? Okay. Questions at all? Oh. What's missing? Picture. Draw it. I do not care what the triangle looks like. Just draw a triangle. And then put, look here, San Marcos, Johnson City, and whatever that word is, Seguin. Okay? All right, now look, the distance from San Marcos to Johnson City is 50 miles. Guess I might put that right there between San Marcos and Johnson City, right? And then it says the distance from Seguin to San Marcos is 22 miles. Put it on the other side. What's the range of distances from Seguin to Johnson City? Find out that distance, that possibility of distances. Go. 22 plus 50 is 72. 50 minus 22 is 28. How am I going to write my answer? How many of you wrote this? All right, now let me show you what could be the possibilities. Yeah, I do want you to write this down because this is what you might say. See, not say. What's the range of distances? Or it might say, what is a possible distance? Yep. Now look at that. This might say, choose the best distance. You just got bit in the hind end. Why did he just get bit in the hind end? Because the answer is C. Tell me why. Because 36 is between 28 and 72. Is 28 between 28 and 72? No. 28 is 28. Bad. 102 is way off. It doesn't even fall within the range of numbers. And 14, come on now. 14 is not between. How much money would you want? 14 or something in between 28 and 72? Well, me too, but if it's not an option, it's got to fall between those two numbers, okay? Questions? I'll take 71.99, right? Hey, would we be able to include 71.99? Why? Because it's not 72. Could I take 71.9? Why? Because it's still not 72. Okay? This right here is a definite. You will see this. No. But isn't this the best answer? Oh, no. That's just being nitpicky. No. I would do something like that. The SOL would. Hey, and he agreed. Yeah, you would. All right, here we go. Here's what I want you to do. Page 329. Shut your faces. Now, you got a test when? Friday. No, we didn't take it easy. We had to work on a bunch of stuff and get them stinking calculators. Test is on Friday, okay? On page 329, we're going to go back and revisit what you love. 11 and 12. Ooh, wait a minute. 1 through 3 and 11 and 12. Oh, yeah. No. No, 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 no. I know. This teacher sucks. What the world? Ava, did you just amen?
No.
You better not. How about this, page 336, folks? 336, I want you to do 21, 25. Nope. And then, that's right. Welcome to second semester. 27, 28, 34. Yeah. Now I'm going to tell you 34. Think. Do not ask me about that problem. I want you to think about that problem. Okay? Think about possibly throwing a value. Say, oh, I'm going to just say that X is 4. And then do what it says. Okay, folks, please work on this now. Don't waste your time. And don't piddle fart your time away. Question?
You think at the end of class, like, you don't